Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of the McGonagall Boxing Podcast. What a couple of days it's been for the boxing world. Let's get straight down to it, shall we though? Josh Warrington, out of nowhere, very surprising, is looking like he's going to vacate his IBF featherweight title, which is a real strange decision considering that's his weight in gold. That's what he brings to the table. But he's saying he's going to vacate so he can get a clash with Gary Russell, who's obviously an outstanding fighter. I believe Warrington can beat him if it's in the UK. But it's an interesting one because, you know, he was set up for a beautiful unification clash. And now he seems to have just kind of thrown it out the window, clearly going for the bigger money fight with Gary Russell. But it's a strange one because I would like to see Warrington, you know, accumulate more belts, make Russell come to him rather than chasing Russell. You know, obviously an excellent fighter, but I back Warrington. I think he's in the UK. He's going to be very, very difficult to beat. Gary Russell obviously has that blemish on his record, but he's the WBC champion. But you got Santa Cruz there as well. You got Navarrete, but Azucan was the fight, wasn't it? The regular WBA champion. You know, if Warrington can get him, and I think he stops Can, then he's got the two belts under his name, and then Russell comes to him. Whereas, you know, Warrington at the moment, he's a lesser name. His belt isn't as big as Russell, so he's going to have to go out and chase Russell. And he's still young. He's still very much in his prime. Warrington, was he 28, 29? So I don't get that move. Don't get it at all. But he's just seen the big money move, hasn't he? And he's probably, I know what Hearn's like. He's like, take it now or never. And so he's just grabbed it. But disappointing, gotta say. Moving on to Eubank Jr. Great fight. Let's get it on. I think the timing's right for Eubank. If he's ever going to beat Golovkin, it's going to beat him now at 37, pushing 38. Golovkin's not what he was, but still dangerous. Could still beat Eubank. Eubank could overwhelm him now with his pace. He's got an engine on him. If his fight's aggressive, he's going to hit Golovkin. No question about that. But the only big question is, how many times is Golovkin going to hit Eubank? Is he going to walk him down? Is he going to put him on him? Is he going to pressurise him? Obviously, he's not going to try and outbox him like a Billy Joe or a George Groves did, and that's kind of the blueprint of how to beat Eubank. Golovkin won't do that, so it'll be interesting. But I do think Golovkin can box, he can jab, he can make Eubank pay for his lack of defence, although it was improved against DeGale. He's been out in the ring a long time, and when the pressure's on, is he going to probably go back to what he knows best? Yes, which means leaving that chin up, leaving the body exposed, and you don't want to do that even with an aging Golovkin. So it's a real 50-50 fight. Probably I would personally say 60-40 Golovkin experience. I think he's still got enough on him to beat Eubank, but don't be surprised if Eubank does it. But it will need a career best performance, and he will need even more improvement with that defence. If he can do that, if he can avoid the body punches that are going to come his way, and take some throughout the fight, then he's got a chance. I'd like to see him finally fight for a world title. No more messing around. Eubank's got to get on it. I think with the Salem brothers in his corner now, he will do. So a good year for Eubank, I predict, coming up, and very much needed. Finally, Eddie Hearn's finally said Joshua Fury's all but done, except for the contract signing, which obviously is always going to take a little bit of time when it comes to financial terms. It's looking like Saudi, like we predicted, with everything that's going on in the UK with COVID. It's great to see these egos haven't got in the way, especially with Warren and Hearn, and Aram involved in ESPN and DAZN and big network clashes. None of that. It's great to see it's looking like 50-50 down the middle. Let's get it on. Let's get these contracts signed. Big summer showdown. One of the biggest fights ever, certainly in the UK. Just a shame with everything that's gone on that it won't be in the UK. But hopefully they get the rematch clause, which I certainly think Eddie Hearn will sign up. I think Fury will win this match. I've said that all along. And I think the rematch does huge business at Wembley. But obviously, Wembley's more of a summer stadium, and if the rematch occurs, it's probably going to be in winter time, isn't it? So that's the only stumbling block. Maybe they take it to Wales, Millennium Stadium rematch. We'll see, but I think it'll be a 2-fight deal, and then I think the loser will retire ultimately. But exciting times for the heavyweight division. And Wilder looks like he's been frozen out completely, doesn't he? There's talk he's going to fight Charles Martin. I mean, really? That's a bit of an embarrassment of a fight. I'd like to see him fight Dillian Whyte. That's the fight I'd like to see after I think Whyte beats Povetkin. But if Povetkin beats him, then get Povetkin lined up for Wilder. That's the fight for me, the winner of them two, or even Joe Joyce. What a brilliant fight that would be. And if Joyce can beat Wilder, who's obviously aging, just been beaten up by Fury, then that puts him right in the manager position. So either Joyce or the winner of Whyte Povetkin, I'd love to see Wilder fight, not an old, aging, beat up Charles Martin. Exciting times over the heavyweight division. Disappointed for Josh Warrington. Great fight for Eubank. Let's get it on 2021. Let's do it.